guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do the first look of this series, the 5 looks with 1 palette series. Like, I'm so excited for this series, oh my god. If you want to see more of these tutorials, please subscribe down below and turn those post notifications on to be able to see when I post another tutorial with this palette. Look at that! Beautiful palette. If you've not seen this palette before, I think you've been living under a rock. This palette is beautiful. Like, this is honestly my go-to palette every time I are looking for colour and some neutral, and it's even got face highlights in here, so get on this. Like, honestly, there's loads of shimmers in here that you could want. There's like neutral shimmers, there's colourful shimmers, there's duochrome shimmers, there's dark shimmers. Like, honestly, there's so many shimmers. Sorry, I'm like blinding you with the mirror. There's loads of bright neon shades, there's muted, more darker, colourful shades, there's oranges. Like, this palette is so good. So if you want to see how I got this tutorial with this palette, then please keep watching. I personally love this look. Like, I've never done a look like this all matte. I was skeptical about doing an all matte look, but it's kind of a trend right now, so I thought I would do this all matte look. So if you want to see how I got this look with this palette and want to stay tuned for any more makeup tutorials, I have other makeup tutorials linked up here, which is my eyebrow tutorial and my soft glam look. If you don't really like a pop of colour, I do have a neutral look up, so you can click up here, and I do have the videos linked. Okay, so I've just done my eyebrows and primed my eyelids, and so as you've seen by the thumbnail, we're going to be doing a neutral eye but with a half cut crease of a pop of colour. So I might even do a pop of colour in the waterline. Firstly, I'm going to go in with slow burn, and I'm just going to use an M506 brush to use that in the crease, and I'm just going to put that in the crease just now. So you just kind of want that circular shape there, so it's kind of the shape of your eye, and then when you start blending it out, you'll start going all the way up here. I'm going to also take the shade Hall, which is just a darker, more muted brown. And I'm just going to put that right in the centre where I've started putting slow burn with the same brush, so it's getting deeper. So now I'm just going to grab a slightly more fluffy brush, and it's the M513, so it's kind of like a bigger brush, and I'm just going to take Basic, this one here. So this is kind of like a lighter brown, and it's kind of in between the shade Slow Burn and the shade Hall, but it's not as orange. So I'm just going to start blending that out. I'm going to go in with Pillow Talk, and it's just the cream shade, and I'm just going to start blending that. So now you can see that starting to blend out more. Now I'm going to go back in with the same M513 brush, and I'm just going to use that. Now I'm going to use the M513 brush for the shade Hall, which is a darker brown shade, and I'm just going to go in the crease with this shade. I'm going to take the M506 brush again, which we used directly in the crease, and I'm going to take Slow Burn again, just because we've lost some of that opacity of the orange. And then I'm going to blend Pillow Talk again with the M441 at the very top, just to make sure our edges are blended. I think I'm going to go in with Lights Out here. It's pretty much a black, and I'm just going to pat that in on the outer corner. and I'm slightly going to drag that up, but not too far because you don't want a black to ruin the look. So then I'm going to take the M506 brush that we used directly in the crease and start blending that with the brown that we already had on the brush. So now I'm going to take a wipe and just remove the product that's on, oh my god, glitter. Where does that glitter come from? Like, so now I'm just going to take the wipe and remove the product from the inner portion of the eye, right up to where we put that black and right up to the crease. Make sure you're not removing too much because you can't add it back on once you've removed product. We're going to go in with the P. Louise base anyway to carve that out. Okay, so we're going to be using the P. Louise Acid Rain Cut Crease brush. It's like just a normal shader brush, but I really love this for carving out your cut crease. It is so amazing. Like, and we're just going to be going in with the P. Louise base in the shade 0.5. Now I'm just going to start carving out the inner half of my eye, and just make sure you're not rushing this because it will look messy in the end if you rush it. Okay, so we've finished cutting the crease. What I'm also going to do is take the M506 brush that we've been using in the crease and take the colour Hall, which is that darker brown that we've been using. I'm just going to take that above where we've just cut the crease. Don't take this too high because we need some room to slightly blend this out as well. So I'm going to take the M441 again and take Pillow Talk on that brush and just start blending this out. And we're just going to go back in with the cut crease brush and the base and then cut this again. I'm just going over the edges slightly. The reason why I don't go too deep in the crease before I cut the crease is because I don't know really how far high I want to take my cut crease. Sometimes I take it a bit lower, sometimes I take it a bit higher. Then I'm going to take this rounded brush again and take Lights Out again and use that in the outer corner just to blend where we've put the concealer. Slightly put this on the outer corner and deepen up the crease, but don't go into the crease. We're going to go into the crease with the M506 and blend that up. Okay, I'm going to take a small rectangular shader brush and go in with Showboat here. I'm going to put this on the lid. I actually love this palette. Like, I think this is the best palette I've ever actually had in my collection. So now I'm going to take the Acid Rain brush and dip that into Showboat as well, and I'm just going to use that to cut the top part. Now I'm going to go back in with the black Lights Out and then blend that in with the turquoise sort of teal. And now we can go a bit heavier on the outer corner to blend that in. Okay, so now we're going to take that rectangle shader brush that I used for the sort of teal turquoise, and we're going to go in with Pillow Talk, and I'm just going to use this as a matte highlight in the inner corner. This is so unusual for me because I don't normally use a matte. So now we're going to do liner, and I'm actually going to wet my brush to do this, and it's the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, cucumber and green tea. I absolutely love this spray. In my eyebrow tutorial I do use water for the soap, but you can use this as well. I think it would work just as great. Any facial spray really you can use on your soap, and this is good for multi-purpose things as well. Okay, I'm going to take the BH Cosmetics. This brush is from the Rose Quartz set and I really love these brushes. They're so beautiful, like look at that goodness. And I'm going to take the sort of, it's like a triangle shader. It's like tiny. So now I'm just going to wet my brush so it's covered. And we're going to dip into Lights Out. And then I'm going to run that all the way up to where we've done the outer corner. So now we've done the liner, and I'm going to be putting lashes on, obviously. And these lashes are from AliExpress. They are in the style 3D17, and AliExpress are really good for cheap lashes. A lot of people do get their lashes on AliExpress. I'm going to be using the dual glue, the quick set dual glue. So I'm just going to do the other eye off camera and then I'll be back. Okay, we are back, and I know I look like my under eyes look a bit crazy right now, but we're going to fix that with eyeshadow anyway. I was going to do just my highlight on camera, and normally I use the same sort of things, but sometimes I do change it up, so I will do that on camera today. So today I'm going to go in with the Sleek Solstice Equinox Mono Highlighter. So I normally use the BH Cosmetics Rose Quartz, pretty much a highlighter brush, and it's in the Rose Quartz set as well. So firstly I'm just going to dip my brush in and just apply that everywhere that I do want highlight. I honestly love highlight. I don't even care if it looks stupid, and I get compliments on my makeup photos anyway, so I'm not really bothered if people are like, oh my god, that's too much highlight. Like, as you can see, this is an amazing highlight, so if you've not got it yet, go get it, because hello. If you do want a natural highlight, I've said in my other videos previously that this does do a natural highlight. You just need to go in with a light hand, so you can still use this as a natural highlight, but I like to pack it on, as you can see. Then I'm going to go in with Jaclyn Cosmetics, and it's the Beaming Light Highlight in the shade Extra. I mean, this, you need a very light hand with it because you will look like the Tin Man. I love it anyway. So it is just a loose highlighter, and you can see it's just a loose highlight, and I take the Morphe M510 brush for this because it does pick up a good amount of product, but it's quite fluffy, so it disperses it very nicely. And I go at the very middle top of my cheekbone and disperse that product. You can add this to all the very high points of your face, so I like to do an overall highlighter and a highlighter you can add to the very high points of your face. Then I will go in with my blush brush and just kind of blend that out a bit so it does blend in with the rest of your product and it doesn't look so harsh. So for the bottom waterline, I'm just going to take the shade Hall with the M506 brush, and I'm just going to run that at the bottom. I'm going to take the M513 Morphe brush and go in with the shade Slow Burn, and I'm going to go directly under that. And then you just want to clear any product off your waterline with a wipe or anything like a Q-tip. And then I'm going to go in with P. Louise base and the Acid Rain shader brush. I'm going to put that base on my waterline there. So what this does is give it a base like you would for your eyeshadow, for the eyeshadow to stick to it essentially. And I'm just going to dip into the shade Y though, which is a very nice pastel mint green, and I just wanted something softer for the bottom, but I still wanted it to pop. I'm just going to put that onto the bottom waterline. So that is the bottom waterline done, and I'm just going to add some mascara, which I use the 3D Lash Effect mascara from Primark. And then I'm just going to add the Primark High Gloss. So now I'm going to go in with the Mario Badescu Rose Water Facial Spray. It's a facial spray with aloe herbs and rose water, and I always use this to set my face, and I don't really use it as a setting spray, I just use it to freshen up my face. By the way, so I do have a hair tutorial filmed. Like, if you want to know how I get my hair like this, like sleek, straight and shiny, then I do have a hair tutorial filmed, but I just want to know if that's something you guys would want. I need to know if like that's something people would want to see. Let me know in the comments if you want that hair tutorial. So guys, this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. This is something completely new for me because I've never done a neutral eye with any sort of colour on the lid. Like, I've never ever done that before. So this is something new to me as well. So if you do like this tutorial, please let me know down in the comments if you like the pop of colour. Let me know in this series what other looks you want me to try. Let me know if you want me to review this palette and swatch all the colours as well. I know this palette's been out for a long time now. It's been out for quite, I can't remember when this came out, but it has been out for such a long time that I don't know if people would still want, you know, like palette swatches and stuff like that. But if you do want a review on my channel of this palette, please let me know and I will do that for you, because I personally love this palette. Like, there's still a lot of people I've seen on the internet that don't have this palette. So if you don't and you're looking for like neutrals and loads of colour in one palette, then hello, like this. If you do love this look as much as I do, then come back next Sunday for another tutorial with this Carnival palette, and subscribe down below if you want to know every time I post, as well as turning the post notifications on, because then you'll get a message in your subscription box that I've posted. Like this video because it would mean so much to me, and I will see you on Wednesday for a product review, so come back for that. Bye! Okay, we're done. We're done! And we're going to go into pillow talk. Oh god. And we're going to go into what? And you can even use this. So in my eyebrow tutorial, okay, where I do want everywhere to be highlighted, which is pretty much everywhere. Oh my god, remember when you used to pack on highlight and it looked ridiculous? Yeah, I still do that.